Oh, there's a goose. Alright, we're back with Nightmare Frames. It's either the final episode or the penultimate episode, and it's been a while that I played. Well, a week. But what a week. And so what did we do? Wait. We still have a lot of open issues, but I think we have a person that we're looking for. That's the crypt key. We can't use that right now. The pliers might be helpful as soon as we get rid of the cemetery warden. Don't know what to do with the weight or the piece of bread. And we also have in this police station something like a pressure thingy-majiggy. I don't know. I never worked hard in my life. I'm a white-collar person. I don't know how to use tools. Okay, I think we should look on Main Street. Because I think they said... Oh, there he is. The lanky dude. Tommy. Alright, hi Tommy. Hi, are you Tommy? Yeah, I'm Tommy. Hey, he looks like Tommy. Hey! Easy, don't hurt yourself. I can never remember my last name. This is why they say I'm an idiot. I've been told that you know where I can find... Paul doesn't sell bait anymore. What? He looks a little bit like... Moon Boy from The Stand, Stephen King's book, but the TV version, I think from the 80s or early 90s, with a cast that is so 90s. It is so 80s, 90s. It's amazing. And I think it's better than the actual TV show they did a few years ago. A lot better. They made a lot of weird changes. Anyways, but he looks like, you know, a kind of a thing from that. Okay, can you tell me where I can find Patrick Robinson? Patrick can't come fishing with me. I know he'd like to, but he can't move. What? Where does he live? I actually prefer to go fishing alone. What do you want the bait for? For fishing. What else would it be for? The bread! We can give him the bread. I'm asking you a simple question. No, don't be rude. Be nice to Tommy. See you around, Tommy. Goodbye, my friend. Don't be mean to Tommy. Ellen. You're on thin ice here. Tommy doesn't... But it's like bait. It very much is like bait. Those two objects do not work. I thought weight and thingy... Well... I don't wanna do this. This is so mean. But I need information. I'm asking you a very simple question, Tommy. Where can I find Patrick Robinson? My mind is busy with the bait right now. There's no room for anything else. That's why they call me dumb. No! Hey! Stop it! Cut it out! I don't want you to get hurt. I can get you that bait if you want. Really? Of course. Here, take this. Ah! Can. Fill it up to the top with worms, okay? Where can I find some worms? Paul used to sell them, but not anymore. If I knew where to find them, I'd do it myself. That I can do. Yeah, I mean, Ellen. See you around, Tommy. Goodbye, my friend. Damn. We could have asked in a different way. Like, we really could have been, you know, just repeat the question instead of like, I asked you a simple question. Excuse me, how may I help you? I will take a look around the store. Okay, so nothing. Well, then let's go exit. So maybe... the place where we found the dog? The river? Oh! There's a goose! And there's a box. The goose appears to be guarding a small metal box that it probably pulled from the bottom of the river. Geese tend to be very territorial animals, and this one in particular doesn't seem to be having a very good day. Yeah, I heard you can have a geese. It's a goose, and geese is the plural, right? Yeah. You can have a goose instead of a dog, a watchdog, for your house. Because they really are territorial, but they also include humans in their family if they if they know them. They're amazing. They're also super dangerous. I think they can seriously hurt people, just like swans. But I love them. Good idea. But in addition to not wanting to get pecked feeding the goose, you want to keep it away from here, right? Well, do we throw it in the river? Are you hungry? Aw, help yourself. There you go. Aw, there they go, the goose. Okay, let's take a look at the box. What's in the box? Sorry, I have to do it every single time. Through the rust that covers the metal, you can barely make out that it is a fishing instrument. Unfortunately, corrosion has sealed the lid shut, and no matter how hard you try, you will not be able to open it with your bare hands. Guess what we have in the police station? Nice. A plain old tin can. Okay, let's go. There we are. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that's so cool. I hope everything works with the recording and everything. Ugh. Okay, so we put the box in the hand lever press. Whatever that is. You place the box in the press and start turning the lever. It's open. Inside there's only a fishing line spooled together with a hook of about 2 inches. New inventory items. Spool and hook. Alright. So, in case Tommy needs a fishing rod as well, I guess? Or do we... I mean, you don't catch worms with a fishing hook. Maybe for the bridge. Oh, for the teddy. For the teddy. Wait. You can't reach the stuffed animal. Yeah. Oh, so it's just the rocks. Okay. Oh, look, he did the little shimmy. To prepare for it. Damn it, the line is very light, so the wind under the bridge makes it impossible for you to control the hook. Well, 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 guess what we have? Guess what we have? We have a weight. You tie the scale weight to the fishing line. Spool, hook, and sinker. There you go. Yeah, do the little shimmy for me. Now we got a teddy bear. A horribly dirty teddy bear. Apart from giving off a strong chemical smell, the stuffed animal is covered with seaweed and mud. Okay. Respect his grief, Mr. Saxon, yeah. Oh no, I must go. Take care. Oh yeah, when we click on the flowers it says respect. Can't reach all that junk from the bridge. Do we want to reach it? No, it's gone. I don't know why he's just tossing... Like, did he just dump it in the river? I mean, it's poison anyways, but come on, don't add to it. Do we put the teddy bear in the washing machine? Is that a thing? Let's see. I don't even know if it's working. It looks really dirty. The washing machine stopped working years ago. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to actually... Let's go to the river again to see if we can... Is there any dirt? Like, go to the... I mean, in the rain, it would be... Do you want to contribute to polluting the river even more? No, I want to... Like, chuck the... Actually, honestly, okay? Honestly, I live in the city and even there, when it rains, you have worms on the street. Like, oodles of worms. Because I'm one of those doofuses who tries to rescue them when they're in the middle of the street. So I know, it's too many. So it would be fairly easy. It's raining. But there's mud everywhere. It's one of those things, you know, in a point in, or in general in an indie game. Or in a game in general, where you're like, come on. Come on. It's, oh, patere. What the weeds are grateful for the large amounts of water they're receiving so they can grow even more freely. Yeah, but also, like worms. Come on. There are no worms in this area. That's, you know what? I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me. Among the weeds, dozens of earthworms struggle to crawl back into the soil that the rain has washed away. Oh, so on this side, but not on this side. Oh, really? So why is that? Bad neighborhood? Pfft. Come on. Come on, Ellen. Okay, so you got a can. Hope there's enough can of worms. Man, that opens up a whole new can of worms. Huh. Alright, Tommy, good news. Hi, Tommy. See you around, Tommy. Good. No, what? Ellen. Here you go, some bait. Oh, thanks. I can go fishing now. I know a place where I'm alone. No one insults me there or calls me a dum-dum. You seem like a nice person, like Patrick. Do you want to come fishing with me? I appreciate it, but I have things to do. Patrick used to be bad, you know. He would hit me and call me a dimwit. He beat all of us. Ooh. But after the high school fire, he became good. Maybe because he no longer had anyone to hit. Oof. I think he did it. Now he behaves well with me. I read the Bible to him sometimes. Patrick became really... Oh, hey! Religious? Yes, that. The people who believe in God don't make fun of me. They're good people. Like Patrick or Father Adamson. I want to talk with Patrick. Can you tell me where I can find him? Yeah, sure. He lives near the lake shore. If you follow a small road just outside of town, you will end up seeing his caravan. No one goes around there. Just me to give him the groceries and spend some time with him. Damn, I hate that he hurts himself. Okay, friend, I'm going fishing. You really don't want to come with me? No, that's alright. Have a good time. I will. Tommy, treat yourself nicer. You know, be nice to yourself. I mean, we all know that he does it because people, like, were mean to him. Like Alan, you know. But still, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't enjoy this part of the game. Oh, that's Patrick? Man, Patrick looks... He looks like me, just as pale. Okay. The fiberglass virgin prays, leaning against the trailer. It is too heavy to carry. Yeah, let's just go, Ellen. Since Patrick Robinson is unable to do so, Tommy is in charge of putting fresh flowers in the vases on a weekly basis. Tommy enjoys that. The agonizingly realistic expression of the bust of Christ makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay. The image of a bleeding heart surrounded by prickly thorns would delight the guys at Astounding FX. Oh, remember those? Man, they were so cool. The poster is firmly glued to the trailer as the old Mary Elizabeth Hellman posters are to the facades. Catholicism's fondness for such cruel and bloody images has always struck you as odd. You don't know what you saw in the newsroom of the old Serena Gazette, but it wasn't a vampire, so forget about going around armed with that crucifix. It's not just vampires with crucifixes, it's also demons, and we definitely saw, like, demons. Come on. Get with it, Alan. You should know better. You write horror movies. This man. Jesus is Lord. Well, Patrick Robinson? There's no response, but you can hear wailing through the door. Damn. Another version. The nearly 6-foot-tall virgin seems to welcome you to Patrick Robinson's caravan. You don't see the point of carrying it around. Okay. So that's another... What do we have? We have a teddy bear. We can put it to the altar. You thought it would be a good idea, but it's not. Well... My name is Alan Goldberg. I'm the deputy. I'm coming in, okay? Oh, we're just doing it. Okay. Wow. Oh man, Patrick. Oh no. Do we get the burnt face from like the Hannibal movie? Because oh well, first look at stuff to just evade this. Tommy promised to wash the dirty dishes piled up in the sink, but he always forgets. That's okay. Patrick doesn't remind him either. That poor kid does enough for him. Aw. They seem like really good friends, actually. It would be a nice gesture to wash Patrick's dishes, but the water tank is empty. Can we steal something from the church? Maybe. Right? Because, but we don't have a canister or something. Because of the holy water. Right? Patrick may not be aware that both inside and outside the trailer there's even more religious paraphernalia than in Serena's church. Paraphernalia. Right? I think. You don't think it's appropriate to search the drawers in front of the owner, even if he is barely aware of what's going on around him. Due to Patrick Robinson's condition, the first aid kit may be his most prized possession. There are only bandages inside. An empty pill bottle catches your eye. Empty pill bottle. Okay. Huh. An open Bible and several dirty glasses lay on the table. You don't need anything from there. I think that covers everything, so let's talk to Patrick. Patrick, are you alright? Patrick Robinson is trying to tell you something, but the pain he is suffering from is so intense that it makes it impossible for him to communicate with you. Patrick Robinson is squirming in pain. You notice how he unsuccessfully tries to breathe slowly between moans of pain to alleviate the torture he must be going through. So, empty pill bottle. Oxymeprazole. The list of side effects barely fits on the label of the jar, but it promises almost instant relief from any type of pain. Unfortunately, the jar is empty. Well, I think we have a mission now. We go to the drugstore. Had to think a while, because in Germany you can't get like medicine, like under the counter medicine from the drugstore. You get it from an apothecary. I don't know how it's called. So there's special stores for like medicine, and then for other stores for shampoo and stuff. Like you can also get certain shampoos at that, you know, medicine store, but it's different. Okay, it's different. Okay, so hand the thingy over to Paul Collins. Maybe he can help. May I ask you a question? How can I help you? I have some medicine here, oxymeprazole. Yes. I want a bottle. Does it need a prescription? No, it doesn't. I'm out of stock, though. Today's not my lucky day, I guess. Few people use that drug. It's too strong. I used to order it for just 2 people. One of them was Tommy. Do you know him? Yes, I've been talking to him. He said he needed it for his back pain, but he was actually taking it to that crook, Patrick Robinson. Damn it. He's supposed to be the idiot, not me. He played me for too long, but that's over now. Are you telling me that you're refusing to sell a drug to a person who needs it? Is that legal? Yes, it's America, so obviously. I don't care if it's legal or not. This is my business and I decide who I want to sell to. I see you are not from here. You don't know Patrick Robinson. Actually, I've been at his place, and believe me, if anyone needs that medicine, it's him. Did you feel sorry for that poor bastard? Don't trust appearances. He deserves to experience all the suffering in the world. Oh, they all know it. Do you believe in karma? Because I do. Let him suffer. He did a lot of damage here in Serena. We'll be better off without him once he dies writhing in agony from the pain he brought on himself. Well, but here's the thing. I'm not for death penalty or anything. And I'm not even for prison as a revenge thing. Like, am I petty? Yes. Can I be revengeful? I guess. I never really had to be in life, you know. I had a very cushy life, I guess. So it never forced me to be revengeful. But when it comes to the judiciary system, I think it's better to work towards, you know, growth, you know, developing people instead of, like, punishing them. So if he suffers, give him the medicine. That's what I'm talking about. Traditional home remedies and products from laboratories coexist on the shelf. Well, shouldn't we... excuse me? How may I help you? Who just hypothetically has nothing to do with Patrick. Oh, but first, why the animosity toward Patrick Robinson? It's obvious that you didn't get to know him. His mother abandoned him when he was 10 years old, and from then on he devoted himself to doing as much evil as possible. He began stealing from the few businesses that were still open in Serena, and he started committing animal abuse. Oh! He burned Walter Jenkins' dog alive just for the pleasure of it. Oh! He beat up all the boys in town. Nobody was free from his rage. And that was before he discovered alcohol. Then it got worse. I think I've told you enough for you to understand when I say he's better off dead. Is that clear to you, deputy? Who is this other person using oxymeprazole? Patricia Hellman. Hellman? Any relation to the missing girl from years ago? Her mother. She lives nearby at number 75 next to O'Connell's old hardware store. If she hasn't come back for a refill, it means she still must have some pills left. Okay. I'll take a look around the store. Perfect. So we just barge in on her and ask for some pills? As complete strangers? That is so weird. So that's where she is. That's why we could knock on this. Mrs. Hellman? Come in, it's open. Why? Oh my god. I always leave the door unlocked for Rusty. Who's Rusty? He knows how to open it. There's a teddy bear. I'm sorry to bother you. My name is Alan Goldberg. The owner of the store told me that... Paul. Yes, I think that's his name. He told me that you have a jar with oxymeprazole. Would you be so kind as to give me a couple of pills? It is an urgent matter. I'd be happy to give them to you, right guys? But I only have a couple left and I usually take 2 at a time. One for pain in my eyes and one for pain in my soul. Well, we have a teddy bear you might enjoy. Hi, Smokey. Smokey waits patiently for Patricia to refill his plate of food. Smokey does not like to be petted. You don't like petting cats either. Ellen. I mean, I already don't like you. You don't have to try so hard. The photo must predate the missing person posters you've been seeing all day by 3 or 4 years. It shows Mary Elizabeth with Teddy, her best friend. At first, Patricia was concerned when she listened to the long conversations between her daughter and Teddy. Still, she would rather her daughter spend more time with her imaginary stuffed friend than with those children who humiliated and belittled her because of her special condition. Patricia taught her daughter to crochet. Together they reproduced The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Patricia was proud of Mary Elizabeth. Yeah, that's fucking awesome! In the absence of glass, dust has been adhering to the fabric for years. Patricia crocheted Elizabeth's name during her pregnancy. When her daughter was born, her eyes reminded her of her grandmother Mary. At that moment, she decided to name her Mary Elizabeth in her honor. Aww. That's a family heirloom. What would you do with it? Just looking at it! Come on! So, under the lamp, you can see a jar of oxymeprazole with 2 pills inside. Ruthie. Ruthie is binging on the contents of the garbage bag she has destroyed. Hi, Ruthie. You are not one of those people who like to pet random cats they meet along the way. Much less so if they are eating. The garbage bag gives off an unbearable smell, but neither the cats nor Patricia seem to mind. You rummage through the trash for anything useful. Among food scraps and newspaper, there's a bottle of detergent. So we can wash the teddy. But we still would need a functioning washing machine. Right? There's another cat. Rusty seems to be standing guard in front of the hallway to keep strangers like you from entering the house. You prefer to leave Rusty where he is, since you have no intention of exploring Patricia Hellman's house. Oh, Molly! I didn't see you there. A week ago, Molly gave birth to a litter of 6 kittens. Since then, she does nothing but sleep on the couch. Molly won't pay any attention to you. Aww. Any other hidden cats? There's a lot. There's a lot. I think 2 are a good number for a normal household. Because after, like... I think even for cats it gets too much, you know. It's practically empty, although there's enough left to wash a single garment. Teddy bear with detergent. Stuffed animal with detergent. Huh. Where do we put him? Oh my god. We put him in the holy water. Do we? Do we? Oh my god. Do we? Let's see. Let's go. Oh my god. I'm really excited because that's so wild. I don't think I would do this. Oh yeah, that's why we still have the pliers, right? I don't think I would do this. Like, I'm not at all religious, but just, I would not. It would have to have the shittiest priest in the history of priests for me to do this. Alright, let's go. Oh my god, he's doing it, and he turned around to see if anyone saw. Yeah, be quick about it. Alright, clean teddy bear. Well, despite the occasional loose seam, the stuffed animal looks like it just came out of a toy store. But here's the thing, if we found it in the bridge, so was that where she was kidnapped? The girl? Well, exit. Yeah. Man, he will know, like, man, don't they put it, like, on kids? Shouldn't I tell him? Okay, there's no one pregnant in this town, so it's not very likely that, you know, people will, like, douse their baby in this. But still, I feel like it could be dangerous because don't they also, like, squirt the water into the face or something? Isn't that one of those things that I don't know, man. I don't know. There you go, Patricia. Something for the soul. I've brought you something. Teddy, where did you find it? Under the bridge, trapped between some rocks. I'm so happy to see you, Teddy. Do you know where my Mary Elizabeth is? I have a lot to talk about with Teddy. You can take an oxymeprazole pill with you. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, you put the pill in the empty jar you were carrying. One will be enough for me. The pain in my soul is gone. All that's left is the pain in my eyes, you know. I had to rip them off because I kept seeing her ghost. Good heavens! It was a shade with glowing eyes. It wasn't her. I know she's still alive. I must go. Poor woman. Be careful out there. Serena's damned. Aw, man, I hope Mary is alright. I don't wanna... I thought, like, the ghosts were maybe from, like, the other people who died in the past. And Mary is still somewhere where we can save her. I want that. I really want that. Like, do I care that Ellen survives? Eh. But Mary, she really should. She really should. She seems like a good kid. Alright, here you go, Patrick. I got the pills. That's what you take for pain relief, right? You put the pill in Patrick Robinson's mouth and he swallows it with great difficulty. You don't know how long it will take for the medicine to take effect. What do you know is that you are too tired to stand around waiting for Patrick Robinson to communicate. Do I sleep? The fatigue you've accumulated throughout the day begins to take its toll. You can barely keep your eyes open. You decide to take a well-deserved break. So just sleep on a random stranger's caravan? You're not afraid of anything, are you, Alan? That's what you think, but you're fooling yourself. Find that film and you'll find me. And at that point, we will see which of us is right. Wake up and find me. Wake up. Wake up. Hey, buddy. Wake up. I'm sorry I dozed off. My name is Alan Goldberg. You shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done what? Releasing me from my suffering. I deserve it. To be honest, I only did it so I could talk to you about something. Yeah, because I'm a selfish douche. Although I could leave you in the state you were in either. I know that God didn't send you here since your act is not part of the punishment. But you're a good man, Alan Goldberg. No, I'm not. I try to be, but I don't try very hard. Well, I've been trying for years, too. What brought you here, aside from helping a poor man, Alan Goldberg? Edward Keller, and you can just call me Alan. And you can call me Al. Well, you know, from the song. No, anyway. I don't know what your intentions are, but forget that name. Even after death, his influence still lingers on. You could end up like me. Or even worse. I wish I could click when I want the dialogue to go forward, because we didn't miss a lot, you know. I'm fairly attentive most of the time. But we missed a few lines here and there. And that's because, yeah, well, I talk a lot, I ramble, I get distracted. And then, you know. Okay, did you ever finish the film you were shooting? Unfortunately, yes. He even went so far as to add a soundtrack. Man, that's extra. Did you get to see it? No. No one could see it. I made sure of it. Because, like... that's like Kubrick amounts of... I don't know, like anal behavior. You're doing a movie to open up a portal to another demon dimension. And then you do your own soundtrack for it, just to top it off. That's so weird. That's just... Okay. How did you become Keller's assistant? He was very sick when he came to Serena. He needed someone to help him make his film. Someone that he could control as he pleased. He was very intelligent and manipulative. He could spot people's weaknesses, and I was his ideal candidate. God knows I don't want to exonerate myself from anything, but he did what he wanted with me. Oof. What punishment do you mean? I have been a bad person, Alan. From the moment I was born, I dedicated myself to evil. Nah. I did terrible things, and now God is making me pay for them. But I accept his punishment with humility. He is wise. Do you know where I can find that film, Patrick? Yes, Keller has it. Hold on. Keller's alive? What do you want that film for? A millionaire from LA is willing to pay a huge price for it. No money in the world could fix what that film is capable of destroying. We can share the reward, Patrick. Ank. Could you cure me? Look at me, Alan. Do you think this is fixable? I don't know. You could try. Besides what you can see, I have a disease that's killing me. What disease? I don't know. Don't want to know either. It's certainly not something you can cure with oxymeprazole. All I know is that I'm doomed. I don't have much time left in this world. I'm glad about it. That will mean that my punishment will be fulfilled, and God will finally grant me forgiveness. I'm sorry that your trip was in vain, but I can't tell you where that damn movie is. I'm very sorry. Okay. I wanted to say something and then I lost my thought because Alan was rambling along. Why don't you want anyone to see that film? Is it really that bad? You flash a quick smile that's quickly wiped off your face when you see an expression of disapproval on Patrick Robinson's face. Yeah, like, Born Evil, that's bullshit. And we heard that he had a really rough childhood, so I think that was it, you know, and no one helped him. So you kind of can lead kids really to this kind of behavior if you just completely leave them to abuse, you know. Is there any other copy of the film? No, just one. That's how it was supposed to work. That's how what was supposed to work. Patrick is not willing to say anything else. Keller fans have the right to see that film. No, they don't. What? That's bullshit. Don't you think? No. No, Alan. It's not an ordinary film. All that celluloid has been touched by the devil's hand. We didn't make a movie, Alan. We created an incantation. Excuse me? Keller was obsessed with the concept of fear. He knew how to provoke it in his audience, but was incapable of experiencing it himself. He acquired an ancient book called A Treatise on Primordial Fear. That book performed two functions. It provoked an unspeakable fear in those who read it, and at the same time it was a manual on how to emulate that effect. Keller tried to reproduce it in a film with the intention of feeding off people's fear. For this, he needed to perform a series of invocations in a place marked by tragedy. And that place is Serena. No place in the US has suffered greater punishments than this town. Well, I don't know. Every generation has suffered violence and misfortune in their own flesh. We've had several natural disasters that have decimated the population, serial killers, kidnappings. Serena has never experienced a time of peace. Even the settlers that came here 2 centuries ago ended up killing each other. As you can see, Keller found in Serena the perfect place for his invocations. But he went far beyond the teachings of the book. He believed that by causing a great tragedy, the ritual would be more powerful. On Friday nights, most of the population used to gather at the basketball game held at the Clark Morgan High School gym. I told you that Keller was very sick. He had no strength left for anything except holding camera, so... Oh God. Easy there, Patrick. I have to tell. I closed all the exits and caused an explosion in the boiler room following Keller's instructions. No one was spared. Teenagers, children, entire families with their bodies in flames, desperately looking for an exit as Keller filmed everything from the outside with a macabre grin on his face. The smell of burning flesh spread throughout the town. The screams were deafening. Oh Lord, I can still hear them. I hated this town and its people, but I never thought that the explosion would be so huge and that innocent people would die. Keller said it would only scare them. Once he finished shooting, he told me that he didn't need my services anymore and left me standing there in front of the flames, racked with guilt. I wanted to end my life wrecked, I know. I wanted to end my life, Alan. But I couldn't do it while a monster like Keller worked freely upon this world. The next day I went to his house. He had already finished editing the film. I jumped on him and squeezed his neck. He didn't seem to care. He was convinced that his soul would be transferred to the film, that he would live in it for all eternity. Once he died, I left with a film can, not knowing what to do with it. The apparitions began that very same night. People who had died in terror materialized in front of people's eyes. Everyone's fears were brought to life. I've seen it. It's hard for me to admit it, but I've seen it. The book that Keller brought was harmless if unread, but what he filmed had a life of its own. Since then, Serena has been cursed, more than it was before. And I contributed to that. With Keller dead and the film properly secured, it was my turn. I had to die. I doused myself with gasoline, trying to experience the pain of all those people I had killed. I lit a match and began to burn. But some guys came and extinguished the flames. They wouldn't let me die in peace. I confessed everything to Father Adamson, about the film, about the fire, about my suicide attempts. He said I was not prepared to answer before God yet. That's why I can't die. Not until God tells me to. What did you do with the film, Patrick? Where is it? Oh my goodness, I hadn't noticed the signal. What signal? You! You are the signal, don't you see? You have come for the movie, but not for the reason you think. God has sent you here to do what I could not. Destroy it. That's it, isn't it? After everything Patrick has told you, and knowing what your response is going to be, you can't help but feel dirty. Liar, liar, pants on fire, pardon the pun. Normally your selfishness is no problem for you, but lying to a poor dying man who has opened his heart to you in search for redemption is too much, even for you. Yeah, I guess after hearing your story, that must be my mission. Tell me where to find it and I'll burn that damn film. I told you Keller had it. I snuck into the morgue before he was moved, opened up his stomach and inserted the film into his guts. Why? You could have just put it there. It's completely unnecessary gore. What? When I got out of there, I decided to take my own life, believing everything was over. But that was not the case. The film's influence spread through its contact with Keller. He lives eternally in it. I'm a mess, Ellen. Serena became a haunted town because of me. So the film can be found in Keller's body, in the cemetery. In one of the corridors of the mausoleum. There are 2 statues guarding the entrance to a crypt. That's where his body is. I guess it's time to end this curse, don't you think? Yes, of course. Can you do me a favor before you go? Of course. In the left door of that cabinet there's a small jewelry box. Can you bring it to me? Yes. Here? Yes, that door. Here you go. What is it? Thank you. I must go now, Patrick. No, it's a gun! No, don't leave him! I'll drop by when it's all over, okay? That won't be necessary. I know you will destroy that film. God has put his trust in you, and I trust him. In fact, I won't be around anymore. I've been saving this for a long time, waiting for the right moment. The time has come for God to forgive me. What are you going to do? I'm going to end it all. Put an end to the curse, Ellen. No! Shit! That was... Shit, no! Damn! Oh, Ellen, you should have known! You should have known! You should have looked into the box before you handed it over. Damn it! Yeah, truly. Oh, Alan. Tommy told me I could find you. I heard a gunshot. Did you hear it too? Yes, Patrick Robinson has shot himself. Who the hell is Patrick Robinson? What? The guy that lived in the trailer. So he shot himself. What the fuck are you saying? Go check the corpse. You'll see that it was a suicide. Easy, Alan. I believe you. But you can't deny that since you've arrived, strange things have been happening. I don't need to be here for strange things to happen, and you know it. Alright. Let's calm down, shall we? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Watch out, Ellen. Oh my god. What the fuck? That daggett son of a bitch was right. It's the witch who ate this dog. Leave her. Don't kill her. Get out of the way, Ellen. Wait a minute. What are you doing? I know who she is, Rick. Put the gun down. What? Are you serious? Is it Mary? Mary Elizabeth? Oh, poor child. What? Mary Elizabeth Hellman? Her picture's all over town still. There was also a portrait of her at her house. Look at her face, Rick. I'm convinced it's her. Fuck, it's true. Don't be afraid, Mary Elizabeth. We found you. Your mother is waiting for you. Oh, yes, she's Patricia, isn't she? Mother. She never gave up her hopes of finding you. Mom, I want Mom. Yes, sweetheart, we're going to take you to her. And at that very moment, your cold heart breaks into 1,000 pieces and you end up crying in the rain together with Mary Elizabeth Hellman. Man, same. That's... uncalled for. No, not her. She survived, right? No! I know that you don't like coming to Serena, Frank, but I appreciate you being here. She's still alive. Okay, no worries. You know I'll do anything for you. Oh. So what do we have here? You mean what don't we have here? I'm amazed that this poor woman is still alive. I thought she was dead. Good lord. I've given her the maximum dose of sedatives her body can take, and still, look at her. Her nerves are shattered, even sedated. She's unable to relax. I'll give you a summary of what I have found. Both her hands have been amputated. Oh, come on! A very crude job, probably carried out with a pretty blunt saw. The stumps have been cauterized, hence the burns up to the middle of her arms. Oh. For the love of God! The bones in her lower extremities are shattered. They have been crushed. You said she was crawling, right? Yes. I don't get it. Every foot she crawled would have caused her unbearable pain. Let's move on to the torso. There's hardly a spot where she has not suffered a blow or injury. There are bruises all over and whip marks. The left breast has been amputated. Good fucking no! As the forensic scientist speaks, the impotence you feel makes you clench your fists so tightly that you unconsciously dig your fingernails into your palms until they bleed. Also, her tongue has been cut out. Maybe the son of a bitch who did all this was tired of this poor girl begging for death. Are you okay, Goldberg? You look pale. You can go outside and get some air if you want. I understand. No, never mind. Has she suffered any kind of... Yes. Oh, come on! She's been sexually abused on repeated occasions. Fuck you, game. Oh, come on. Look, guys, I don't want to go into any more detail. If you want, you can wait for me to write the full report. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Mary Elizabeth has suffered all kinds of abuse during the... How many years has she been missing, Rick? 10 fucking years. Oh. Someone wanted to inflict all that damage on her and at the same time has been very careful to keep her alive. For what reason? I have no idea. Psychology is not my field. The FBI will be able to answer that question when they profile the offender. What about the mother, Rick? Have you talked to her? No, not yet. I'm thinking about what to say, you know. We found your daughter, but in what condition? No, I'm not ready yet. Give me a couple of hours. You're the boss. You decide to step back just enough to avoid hearing the details of poor Mary Elizabeth's captivity, as this whole affair is affecting you more than you thought it would. Well, you know, I'm generally not a fan to use rape, sexual abuse for shock value, and even less so when it concerns people on the spectrum, you know? So, I mean, it was implied that Mary, you know, was a bit on the spectrum. That's why she was bullied. So maybe a bit like Tommy. And to have her as the victim. And then to describe that in all like, this is a fucking point-and-click adventure game, you know? I know it's for adults. I know it's horror. But you could keep some of the details. Just, you know, just take a few steps back, man. You know? Take it down a few notches. I don't know. I'm not the... It's one of those... I love horror, but the gory, like, pulpy stuff... I mean, I even like pulpy horror, but... Like, the torture porn stuff. You know? I mean, I went through the phase where I watched, you know, Hostel and all that bullshit. But, you know, I'm through this, so... not the biggest fan. Quite honestly. Oh, okay, so, rant over. It's a subjective thing, so... The drawers haven't been opened in years. Several blunt forensic tools covered in rust. Nothing of interest to you. On the blackboard there are several notes with the date November 7, 1979. Under the diagram of the skull you can read the victim suffered a cranial contusion that caused his death. Another day in Serena. Jesus. An anatomical skeleton stares at you with its empty sockets from the far end of the room. The structure that supports the bones is not reliable. Let it be. You don't have time to pick bones up from the floor. Let's look at the hose. This hose is used to clean up any blood that may have fallen on the floor and flush it down the drain. You have nothing to clean. Okay. Clothes. The clothes Mary Elizabeth Hellman was wearing lie in the sink. She probably killed the dog for food or to protect herself. You approach the dress and think you recognize an intense, familiar smell. What? You smell the fabric and indeed, you know where you can find the source of that characteristic odor. No way. The priest? Hold on. Alan. Come here. The priest? Was it the priest? What would it be? What? This place is pretty dark and hopefully I'm wrong, but... Hellman. No, the journalist maybe. It's not the journalist maybe. Tell me you weren't smelling Mary Elizabeth's clothes. It's not what it looks like. I was hoping to hear that. Now give me a reason and any reason except that you're a pervert. Since we got here, I've noticed a familiar smell. Very intense. It came from Mary Elizabeth's clothes. You hadn't noticed? There's so many odors here that my nose refused to smell anything half an hour. No, the journalist was too much in love with his wife. And Keller is like, not that. That stench. I smelled it before, you know. Candles and moisture. It came from the basement door of the church! Whoa, whoa, hold it. Are you saying that the poor girl has been locked up in the church this whole time? And that her abductor could be Father Adamson? It's a hypothesis. A hypothesis? It's a full-fledged accusation. Hey, Frank, are you hearing what Alan is saying? It makes perfect sense, Rick. But there's no way he could have kept Mary Elizabeth all these years. Why is that impossible? I don't know, he's a religious man. If there's anyone above all suspicion, it's him. What? That's not how this works. Maybe he's taking advantage of that condition, don't you think? No, no one ever in the church did that. What? Crazy. That he took advantage of... Oh god, I'm going to make a fool of myself, but that's okay. I'll pay him a visit. But you're coming with me. Man! What a twist! There's nobody here. That's the door, isn't it? Get closer. Will he die? I know, he feels like the kind of character. You're right, it's the same smell as Mary Elizabeth's clothes. I should go find Father Adamson. I think it is the most reasonable thing to do. Don't split up. What for? What do you mean, what for? I don't have a search warrant. And you think he will cooperate by talking to him? Probably. God's sake, Rick, have you not seen what he did to Mary Elizabeth? The guy is a fucking psycho. If he feels cornered, who knows how he might react or what he would be capable of. What do you suggest? Kick the door in. We are looking for evidence, aren't we? Once we have it, find him and arrest him. That's not how law works. You stick to screenwriting and let the police do things the way they should be done. I need to follow proper procedure. Well, didn't you beat up someone? If I break that door down and it turns out there's nothing there, I'll be in trouble. Listen to me. Stay here while I go and look for Father Adamson. You will die. He lives close by. Do whatever you want. Procedure, Alan. Procedure. He will die. That is so sure. You don't want to know what I think of the procedure. Oh, great retort, Alan. So can we kick it in? The basement door is locked. What was that? Rick? Is that you? What the hell? Father Adamson is not home. Was that you making that noise? Excuse me? It wasn't you? I don't know what you're talking about. I just got here. I've been thinking, you know. Everything points towards Father Adamson being the one who held Mary Elizabeth captive. I don't care what a judge says. The evidence is irrefutable. Wow, it's nice of you to finally acknowledge that. Something's off. I'm sorry for doubting you. And I shouldn't. You're smart and I'm just a small-town police chief doing what I can. No, that's not what he would say. Don't say that. I had a strict religious upbringing and I can't conceive that a man of God would be capable of these things. That's awkward. Ooh, boy. You sure don't have internet, I guess. He's still human. Are you religious, Alan? Not at all. Do you believe in anything? I only believe in Billy Wilder. Oh, good lord. Alan, not now. Who? Billy. Never mind. Let's open that door. I mean, come on, Alan. Really. It's not the place to show off. It's locked. I see. How good are you at picking locks? Pretty bad. That makes two of us. Father Adamson might be Ed Kemper himself, but this is still a church, God's temple. Weird choice of person, because I unfortunately know too much about Ed Kemper. He was a serial murderer. I'm itching to smash that door and get in. But you know what? If I'm going to hell for it, might as well ride first class. Maybe they used that because of the Mindhunter show. Let's go, shall we? Come on. Oof, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Oof. My goodness. Ooh. Sarah Jordan. That psycho kidnapped her too. It's okay, Sarah. You're safe. It's all over now. No, well, it's over when it's over. Remove the duct tape from her mouth while I go find a way to free her from those shackles. Of course. Oh no, Rick. Okay, you're staying. Sarah, you okay? Rick? He cut off her tongue. Oh, that son of a bitch. What's all this satanic shit, Alan? It's the same stuff I saw in the house where Keller moved in. He found a way to curse this film so that anyone who saw it would suffer inconceivable fear. Sorry, I'm just burpy. For the invocations to take effect, acts of extreme brutality had to be committed. Like burning down the Clark Morgan High School. What? Keller killed all those people? Assisted by Patrick Robinson. And going by all this, it appears that Father Adamson knew what sort of stuff Keller was involved with. This is insane. No, it isn't, Chief. Damn, a shotgun! Drop the gun, Father. Sorry, I can't. Don't make me shoot you. The summoning is almost complete. Of Keller? Shit. Would have been completed by now had I not made the mistake of letting Mary Elizabeth escape. It's why Sarah's replacing her. I'm aware of the evil I'm doing. But there's very little left to do. Shit. Very little left for what? Why have you done all this? I know I have no salvation, but I have no alternative. It's for the greater good, believe me. I don't understand a word you're saying. I just want you to drop the gun on the ground. Man, I'm reading it so bad. I'm so sorry. I can't let you go out of here alive. Like, I'm noticing while I'm doing it. Not now that the incantation is about to materialize. I'm going to shoot, Father. Last warning. Drop the gun. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have come here. But fear not, unlike me. God will welcome you into his arms. Bam! No. What? Are you alright? Did he hit you? No. I think I hit him. Release Sarah, I'll go after him. No, Rick, don't! You're gonna die! Ugh. Sarah, do you know if the keys to the shackles are here? Sarah has been in shock for several days and is unable to speak. You don't even want to think about what that madman must have done to her. Look at Sarah and hope with all your heart that she's still there behind their lost gaze. Desk. There's a bloody baseball bat on the table. Possibly Father Adamson used it to break Mary Elizabeth Hellman's legs. Jesus! Do we take it? There's nothing here. You see a bunch of keys in the background. Ooh, a bunch of keys. Tools. You assume that none of these tools have been used for their intended purpose. Try one of the keys from the bunch on the shackles. If it doesn't work, you have several tools that will help you cut the chains. Okay, what's that? In his quest to do as much evil as possible, Father Adamson has desecrated a statue of the Virgin similar to the ones Patrick Robinson had in front of his caravan. The image of the Virgin has no eyes and is covered with blood. Probably Mary Elizabeth's or Sarah's. Look at those two little... Several shelves are occupied by liturgical vestments, while on others rest some jars with various substances that you are unable to identify. There's nothing there to help you free Sarah from the shackles that hold her captive. Okay, let's use the keys. Sorry, Sarah. I was really trying not to, you know, start a split screen or whatever. No, not split screen. You know, whatever. This is not the right key. I will try another one. Yeah, you don't have to tell me. What are you doing with the gun? You ruined everything. Don't do it, Father. Oh, no! Oh, he's killing himself? I'll be right back, Sarah. No! I'm sorry. I have to... Do you? Do you? That poor girl. What happened? Are you okay, Rick? He struggled and he managed to take my gun. He was going to shoot himself in the mouth. I tried to stop him and... You okay, right? Yeah. Good. Screw him. What was all that down there, Father? Did it have anything to do with Edward Keller? Everything. Everything has to do with Keller. What did you want to do? Weeks after the Clark Morgan High School fire, Patrick confessed his guilt to me and the reason he did it. We know why he did it. To inspire fear through an incantation. After the funerals, no one wanted to return to the church. They turned their backs on God. They no longer feared him. Through the sacrament of confession, I got Patrick to tell me all about the process of creating the incantation. I wanted to do the same thing Keller did with the film, but with the Bible. Make it so that everybody would be afraid of the Creator when they read a passage. I know I was committing blasphemy, but God would understand. What? I've committed all these atrocities because the people of Serena need it. They need God. This town doesn't need any more pain, Father. And you made it worse. You needed to do as much evil as possible, didn't you? You tortured Mary Elizabeth to no end. You dehumanized her completely. I don't know how she managed to escape from here, but you looked for her all over town, and when you couldn't find her, you decided to continue with another girl. There was no choice, no. You're not a believer. You will never understand. I don't want to understand. Has everything you've done been worth it? Of course. It would have been worth it if you hadn't stuck your noses in it. If it weren't for you damn kids! But it's too late now. It's too... Is he... Yes, he's dead. I swear he shot himself. You don't need to explain anything to me, Rick. Fuck Father Adamson. He deserves nothing but that son of a bitch. He tortured Mary Elizabeth for 10 years just to fill up the church again. Oh, this madness, Alan. It's because of Keller and his damn movie. Those monsters we've seen, this psychopath. That film has caused all this. I don't know why it does it, but apparently it continues to have an influence this town. On this town, I guess, yeah. Where the fuck is that movie? We should burn it and erase it from existence. I know where it is. Keller lies in one of the mausoleum's crypts. Patrick Robinson stuffed the film can into his abdomen. Keller's body is in the cemetery? Yes, and I think I have the key to the mausoleum. So what are we waiting for? Let's destroy that film. Let's save the girl first. Go ahead, I'll see you there. I will release Sarah and make a call to Wade Creek to get this all taken care of. See you there. Oof. Alright, so I played a lot further because I initially thought this might be the last episode, and I didn't want to stop because I actually thought once we're in the crypt, in the mausoleum, it would be like 10-15 minutes and then that's that. But it's not. There's a whole other chapter and it is a wild chapter. So it's all my dreams come true. You know, it will go really wild, and I didn't want to play like 2 or 3 hours because I had to still edit the video and put it out on the same day for you know, this episode. And so I stopped and I'm now basically doing a send-off, you know, to you. So yeah, all I can say is that next episode will be wild. It will be everything we hope for this game, or at least I hope for, and actually more. Like it, and also the cool thing is it really has very old school adventure horror point and click game vibes. So anyone who, you know, was young enough back then to play the horror games of that time, I wasn't. I was too young. I played a lot of adventure games, but not horror kind of ones. Like I never played I Have No Mouth, so I Must Scream or something, but I Must Scream. But if you did, I think you will be very pleased with this game. So yeah, I hope you had a good time, and see you next time, I guess, for the finale. I mean, at some point this has to end. Like, I thought the average of this game should be 7 hours, maybe 20-30 minutes, and nothing more. So it really should be next episode, the final episode, because also so far we've been through the puzzles fairly easily. It didn't really get stuck too much. Of course, it takes a little longer because I always talk a lot and, you know, go on tangents. But yeah, I think next episode, that will be the big finale. So stay tuned. Hope you had a good time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe see you next time. Bye. This is my self-recorded outro song, so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's play.